Why, hello there, guys, and welcome back to How to Get a Lot for Your Bot, Idiot Edition, with me, your crazy, kooky host. Yes, it is the king of the idiots, Dr. Mark Sabian, coming at you live from positively perfect Phuket, Thailand. Today's video is all about how to save money while renting and riding motorbikes here in the Kingdom of Thailand. Guys, listen, here are 5 simple ways to save money and make the experience, well, positively perfect while you're here in positively perfect Phuket. Let's jump right in with what should be common sense, but obviously it just isn't, because let's face it, common sense, it ain't that common. First on the list is the number one idiot that comes here, and that is the guy that thinks for some strange reason, just because he's on vacation, he can all of a sudden start drinking and driving. Guys, listen, I'm going to tell you something. If you're wobbling down the road like a weeble wobble that doesn't fall down, the cops are going to pull you over. There's no question at all. And you need to understand that the fines for drinking and driving here can range from 5,000 to 20,000 baht. Now, that's not a lot of money. That's about $150 to $600. Big deal, right? Who cares? Well, it also can come with a jail sentence up to 1 full year. And I'm going to tell you something. They're looking to make examples out of people. No question at all. Also, one thing you fully need to understand, the blood alcohol content level, which is the threshold for drinking and driving, is substantially different than it is back in North America. I'm not sure about Europe, but definitely back in North America, it is completely different. Back home, it's 0.08, okay? And quite honestly, you can have a couple of beers, hop in the car, get pulled over, you're not gonna blow. Well, I'm not talking about your personal situation, I don't know, but at the end of the day, you're not going to blow on the breathalyzer. Here in Thailand, it's completely different. It's 0.05. Now, to put that into perspective, guys, if you have 2 beers and you're just your normal average size guy, say, 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, 2 beers in 1 hour is going to put you at 0.05. I have actually talked to some of the cops and they let me try it. I drank 2 beer in an hour and then I walked for about 5 minutes, blew into one of the little tubes that they use at the side of the road, and guys, I blew over the legal limit. Okay? You would think that I would be immune to beer and it wouldn't affect me like that, but nope. That's how easy it is to blow over the legal limit. Now, that being said, I will say this much. If you do blow over the legal limit in one of these spot checks and you are not staggering to the point that you're bombed, but you're just at that point where, sadly enough, because of the lower blood alcohol content threshold here, a lot of the time, for about 2,500 baht, you can get out of it. And I'm going to tell you something. Trust me, that is the best 2,500 baht you're ever going to spend, and I hope you learn your lesson then and never get back on a bike drinking and driving, because you cannot imagine and you would not believe how many people die here every single day on Phuket drinking and driving. If they actually released the statistics, it would scare the out of a lot of people. So yeah, don't be that idiot. Please don't be that idiot here. Blasting around the island with your backwards Boston Red Sox cap does not make you look cool. It makes you look like an absolute idiot and also a target for the local police, especially when approaching one of these spot checks, because I guarantee you this much, if you're not wearing a helmet, they are going to pull you over and you're going to get a fine for no helmet, or they're going to give you a fine for no license, which I will get to in a few minutes. Also, guys, you're just an absolute idiot if you're driving around here in a country where there's over 27 million deaths every single year. It is actually the #1 killer of tourists here in Thailand, the motorcycle accident. Also, wearing a shirt. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. Put a shirt on when you're driving these bikes, especially you guys that go and spend thousands and thousands of dollars on your back tattoos. Do you know how many people I have seen wipe out shirtless here, and they are missing all of the skin on their back, and that beautiful tattoo they had now looks absolutely stupid, all because, well, They think they're cool when they're not. Guys, listen, wear a helmet. I'm going to tell you point blank, myself personally, I do not wear the one that comes with the bike. I have bought my own helmet. It is a full face shield helmet, simply because there's so many accidents here, and you can see the people with the broken chins. They got, put a helmet on, guys. It's 1,000 to 2,000 baht fine if you are caught not wearing a helmet, and it is the exact same fine if you are caught not wearing a shirt. Now, again, like everything else in Thailand, you can negotiate that down, and if you want to pay a little bit of money to the cop on the spot, usually you can get off for about 500 to 800 baht, which is 15 to what? 20 some bucks. Who cares? It's not that bad. But here's the thing. Again, if you have an accident and you're not wearing a helmet, you could end up in a four-wheeled vehicle if you would like, or even in a coffin. And again, if you have some beautiful back tattoos and you're driving around topless, well, yeah. Anyways, don't be an idiot. Cover up, put a helmet on, and put a helmet on during other activities here, guys, too. I'm just going to leave it at that. Now, this is an actual tip about how to get a lot for your butt. Guys, do not rent a bike from the hotel that you're staying at. They are always substantially more than market price. Here's where I find my bikes all the time, guys. I go on Facebook Marketplace, okay? Now, I do have a guy that I rent from all of the time. You guys know that I'm in the process of buying a bike right now, but if I ever need to rent a bike, I go on Facebook Marketplace. Let's say I go to Chiang Mai, or I go to Bangkok, or I go somewhere and I've flown there and I need a bike. I never go to an agency. I never get it from my hotel. I always go on Facebook Marketplace. It is by far, head and shoulders, the best place to get a lot for your butt when it comes to renting a bike here, okay? Now, please do yourself a favor and don't just rent it from Joe Blow, okay? Make sure whoever you're renting it from actually has a license or a permit to rent motorbikes, because that way there you're getting insurance on the bike. Whereas if you just rent it from some Joe Schmo, chances of you having any insurance on that bike are minimal. And if you get into an accident with somebody and it's your fault, it can get fairly expensive in a hurry here. I'm not even talking hospital bills, I'm just talking property damage. And I guarantee you this much, even if it's not your fault, they will find a way to make sure that it is. Can I turn my hat back around, guys? Because I'd be honest with you, I think I look like an idiot this way. Thanks, that's better. I still like an idiot, or I still look like an idiot. At least I don't feel like an idiot anymore. Now, let's be honest, this one could have been number one, but I thought it was pretty damn important to address the drinking and driving problem here. Again, I'm not sure what it is about these idiots that decide just because they're on vacation, they can hop on a bike all tanked up. I really don't get it. Anyways, guys, listen. Before you even come to Thailand hoping to blast around on one of these beautiful islands on a Vespa, an NMAX, whatever your bike of choice is, you have to make sure that you have an international driver's permit, okay? I can't say this enough times because sadly enough, the idiots are not listening, and I'm sure someone in the comment section is going to say that I'm wrong about this. I'm not, trust me. When you come to Thailand, you have to have an international driver's permit. It does not matter where your driver's license is from. Whatever rights you think you have back in your home country, you don't have them here when it comes to driving, okay? You have to have an international driver's permit. And if you want to operate a motorbike, you have to be licensed in your home country, and in your international driving permit booklet, it will be stamped for a motorbike. And I promise you this much, guys, the cops at the spot checks are checking these. They can read, believe it or not, and you will get a fine of 1,000 to 2,000 baht, which again is between $30 and $60 if you do not have the proper documentation to operate a motorbike or a car here in Thailand. Not only that, guys, this is extremely important for you to understand. If you have an accident here and you have to go to the hospital, it does not matter how great your insurance coverage is. If you are not legally allowed to operate a motorbike, and that's what sent you to the hospital, your insurance company will not cover you. If you think I'm wrong about that, Google it, that, or call your insurance agent and ask them point blank. If you are illegally operating a motorized vehicle, such as a motorbike, and you have an accident that sends you to the hospital, will they cover you? And they're going to tell you point blank, no, they will not. Now, can you drive a motorbike or a car in Thailand without the IDP? Yes, you can. But you have to have a local Thai driver's license such as this one. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. This is actually incredibly easy to get. And quite honestly, one of the funnest experiences that you can have with your clothes on. You could do it naked, but people are going to stare at you, and you probably don't want that to happen. And I'm sure they don't want it to happen either. But you definitely should, if you're living here long term, get one of these. Every time you go through a spot check and you flash this, the cops will treat you completely different. Not only that, they will get used to you and they'll just wave you through all of these spot checks, okay? Now, please don't be one of those lazy Larrys that decides that they're going to get one of the local visa companies or some so-called professional on Facebook to get this for you, okay? This is the simplest thing in the world to get, and I promise you, it is a very fun experience going through the testing, going through the course, and getting it. It is so simple and easy, guys, okay? Now, I will say this much. Again, this comes back to the insurance thing. If you go through one of these visa companies to get this, there is a very good chance that the license they are going to provide to you is going to be a fraudulent fake license. And again, if you have an accident here in Thailand without the proper documentation or a fraudulent driver's license, your insurance company is not going to cover you. And if you hurt someone else or if you do damage to property, that is all coming out of your pocket. And I'm going to tell you something. It can get expensive in a hurry. It adds up like you cannot imagine. And not only that, it doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. They're going to find a way to make it your fault. Okay? So please don't be an idiot. Get your IDP, or if you're living here long term, go and get this. I promise you, it's a fun experience. And guys, here's a pro tip for you. If you're looking to meet some really nice, intelligent girls, immigration and transportation, one of the best spots to go. I promise you that. IDP, or get this, guys. I'm going to teach you guys how to save a shit ton of money here, okay? See these red and white lines here? You cannot park your bike there. Find a spot like this here where there's no red and white lines, you're perfectly fine. But if you park your bike here, you are going to have your bike chained, you're going to get a fine, and it's typically between 500 and 800 baht to get the chain taken off your bike. And it's always in front of Big C, which is right here. I'm going to tell you something. The island of Phuket is making an absolute fortune chaining these bikes, so don't be an idiot. Don't park in a red and white marked spot and you will be fined. So there we go, guys. That's 5 simple tips. Now, let's just say that you are one of these idiots that decides to come here and not listen to me and arrive without your IDP. At least put your helmet on. That is going to cut down on the chances that you're going to get pulled over at one of these spot checks, okay? It's not infallible, but I promise you this much. It's going to reduce the risk of you getting pulled over and then checking to see if you have your IDP, if you're properly licensed, or checking to see if you're drunk. Not only that, guys, please understand that they are going to chain your bike. I see it every day. There's guys that do nothing but drive around Patong all day long chaining bikes, and that is between 500 and 1,000 baht to get your bike unchanged. So listen, guys, I'm living my best life. I hope you guys are too. If you're not living your best life, find out what you need to do today. And if that's coming around to Thailand, blasting around these islands on a bike, make sure that you're not an idiot. Don't drink and drive. Have the proper license. Put a damn shirt on. Wear a helmet, and you'll be fine. Till next time, guys, thanks for watching, and live your best life, because again, anything less than the best, you know it. Till next time, cheers.